Yeah, yeah, the minerals and everything else. Now, once everything is fractured, you have outside entities pumping money into it because they're going to get something. If Big Fish prevails, his government owes us money. So we can go in and they can't pay us. So we get to rebuild their infrastructure. We get to do this and do that and everything else. It's a money grab.
Yo, I literally just found out during this time because I know I'm sick. I'm not able to go live. I wasn't planning on going live, but there's a little thing that says click to stream to your audience. I just clicked on that shit and I'm streaming this to my
I was just
YouTube
about
channel
to.
now.
I was looking. I was like, how did he do that? But
That's
fuck
what's
it.
up. So I want to go back to the Civil War thing though. Actually, one note. So apparently, Due Knowledge says I just finished testing on a 1,700 foot per second round based on a 9mm brass and a 270 Winchester projectile. Feeds great and shoots well out of a 4.25-inch barrel. Okay, thanks. That is all. Yo, Knowledge, put me on. Let me know. I'm down to be a beta tester, bro.
Yo, he's crazy. I don't even know how that. I was saving those questions for later. But
I'm just
Yeah.
once it's gone from
The new wars. At least I think, especially in America, if it goes down, it's gonna be a PMC type bill type joint.
What's PMC? What does that mean?
private military.
It's gonna be like, so a corporation. Let's say fucking Bezos wants an army.
Mm-hmm.
So why do you think
Right.
that is, Fish?
Because fucking money talks, my guy.
But what if money doesn't matter?
What does it matter if he can provide security and shelter for my family if I go fight for him?
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. The value of the assets coming to protect you.
Because you're basically picking the team
that you're planning to ride out with.
Yeah, so
yeah, but
so, and then that team could have an alliance to, let's say, the Western Front or the Loyalists or whatever the fuck it is, right?
But think of what Super Predator said and what Jova said, right? And it may get to a point where everything is collapsed. Money is not usable, right? So the only thing that matters, you can't, feed your kids with, government paper, right? Gold and silver don't matter. So it's going to get back to a point.
Gold and silver will always matter.
Once we've restabilized, yeah. But there's going to be a point where, if the only thing you could do with silver is filter water, you know what I'm saying, and make bullets. Aside from that, the cash, actual cash, gold, silver, and all that shit. Like if someone rolled up in your camp when you were starving and dying of thirst, and they said, "Yo, I got this gold," you'd be like, "Yo,
why would I be starving of thirst if I'm Bezos PMC?"
Because the only value they could give you at that point would be bartering, water, food, shelter. That's it. So like money doesn't matter.
Interject. So
the three most important things and shit hit the fan.
Gold is
if they can provide that for you, but if all they have is riches, how could they provide that for you?
Gold is would be considered raw material. It wouldn't be a monetary thing.
So Bezos has
metals and stuff like that. I just wanted to touch specifically on that, and that's it. Gold and silver would go back to what gold and silver would be used for. Yeah, at some degree it would be monetary, but gold and silver are conductors of electricity. You can use that for things outside. It's materials now. It's raw materials. If you're into building anything, or anything like that, if you're trying to rebuild, gold and silver would be like a thing.
Yeah.
Along with steel, copper, all these other materials. But
for the source of for metal, not for what we look at it as right now.
So if there was let's say, boom, it kicks off, boom, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You see a job posting or whatever, or you hear it through word of mouth through your buddies. Yo, fucking Bezos is offering your families to live in this fucking state that's completely guarded, blah, blah, blah. All the food, all the water, everything's taken care of. You sign up, your family will be protected. We'll sort out the fucking finances in the end when we win or whatever the fuck, right?
Okay.
If you can guarantee your family the three most important things in fucking shit the fan: shelter, water, food, and protection, are you going to take it?
Well, I mean, of course, that's what my point was.
You get what I'm saying to you right now? Like,
Yeah, but
like,
what you just did is you said because Bezos has money, he'll have those things. And I'm saying if we advance to a point where he has money, he wouldn't be able to convert money to those things in a world that has fallen. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that Bezos could have 50 underground fucking bunkers in one in every single state, right? So he may already have farms, resources, and all that. But if all an individual has his money, that's not going to be worth shit when the world falls. That's all I'm saying.
And what would a PMC help me understand? Help me understand what is the goal of a PMC? Like if there's a private military, did you say private military contractor or whatever? Well, if that's what is their goal? What do they want with me? Like
All right.
what?
he's gonna want you to protect his ass. So let's say Bezos owns
That's what I'm
this.
saying.
He
From
owns
what?
fucking from the other forces or whatever, right?
Basically, you're a paid non-military member.
So there's two stories to PMCing. Okay, let's get this out of the way first. You're gonna have your regular PMC shit that does normal fucking whatever. Like you could be a cook and you're a contractor or whatever, right?
Mhm.
Then you have the how do I say this, Joe?
So,
The PMCs that do operate on the gray line of the Geneva Conventions Act and the
All right.
Constitution.
So, hey, Fish, two things here. Right. You have,
You're cutting out, brother.
You're
You're
in
cutting
and
out.
I'm sorry. You have contract services, material support. They drive trucks, fill up water, remove trash, right? Fuel up generators. Then you have the contractors that provide the military support, i.e., they sling guns, right? The reason why PMCs are favored is that you have plausible deniability and they are not suspect or subscript to the Geneva Conventions, the law of modern warfare. Look at executive outcomes in the 70s and 80s in Africa. Look at the Wagner Group right now in Ukraine.
Wagner Group, Blackwater,
Uh,
fucking.
So now the problem with PMCs that originate in the U.S. still holds them to certain standards, war crimes, shit like that. That's why a lot of them charter themselves overseas, Qatar. So the advantages of a PMC is that they can do things that you cannot do as
an enlisted man.
if that makes any sense. They have a lot of latitude, you know. That's
So let's say this. Let's say you're a PMC for a company that aligns with the loyalists, right? Let's say it's Bezos. Let's say he's got some farm or whatever. You're a hired gunner for him, okay? Let's say the loyalists said, all right, we're not going to kill any more citizens who are approaching or doing any shit like that. If you're on PMC and shit goes down, that doesn't fall back on the loyalists government. Does that make sense? A little bit?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like you killed somebody is not going to be the same as if a soldier in a uniform fucking shot him.
Yeah, you can get away with more than a traditional enlisted man.
Yeah. Hold up. Remember how we were saying like money? If Bezos had money, then we'll do all this. Most of their money is crypto, right? How is that going to really work?
What if he promised you 100 acres after the war was over? What if he promised you, I don't know. I mean, we're spitballing here because you guys want to get rid of the money idea. I'm with it. You're muted, Dust.
I feel like
gold and silver is never going to go anywhere. By the way, just because shit's popping off in America, don't mean
it's a raw material.
I was just saying it wouldn't necessarily be the priority. That's all I was saying.
No, but if he promised you, when this is over, you get 100 acres, your family's taken care of, blah, 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 pick where you want to go. And he's got a whole fucking region on the map.
Been done before.
Just saying.
I feel like this has been, I'm trying to think, it'll come back to me. I feel like this has been done before. and it worked for some people, and it didn't work for some people, or some people didn't get exactly what they were promised.
What you talking about?
Yeah. Well, and I think like
I feel like this happened before.
think of it this way. So looking at what's going on in Ukraine, aside from it being a massive money laundering operation, in that situation, the country's in complete all out war, and a lot of places still have electricity. They still got Wi-Fi. Money still matters, right? So I'm not saying that every single situation, if war breaks out, boom, money won't matter. I'm just saying that in some
We need to get over this real quick. We need to get over this one real quick. Gold and silver will always be fucking money. I promise you.
as long as we return.
No, it's gonna happen forever. You think they're gonna trade fucking oil and fucking cows?
Bro, I'm saying that people won't care
I
about
don't know,
gold
need it.
if they're
What are you talking about?
people
What do you
won't
mean,
care
what I'm-
about gold.
If you're a
if
country who
they're-
needs my oil and I'm Saudi Arabia and I don't need your fucking cows, I'm gonna make you give me gold.
Who knows? I could need fucking rice.
They
Yeah, you need-
trade. They
you mean
trade.
salt.
They're international. Do you know what the IMF is?
I mean, need salt and
I get
tobacco.
what you're saying, but it all depends on people's necessities. Because at one point, if somebody doesn't have something, gold means shit to them. It's like,
You're
yo, I
thinking.
need this
You're
fucking
thinking too
gold.
micro right now. That's micro shit.
No, it's not micro. It's reality.
The reality
it's-
is
If you
that
have
it-
no
micro, dog.
water, if you have no
The
water-
real movers and players will always see gold as money. So therefore, gold will always be money.
yeah,
who's to
is-
dictate that any of one of us are going to be a real player in this? I'm talking the reality
individual.
of survival.
Right.
Yeah.
If we're trading cows, that is the most greatest thing of all time. You get milk, meat, wool. Well,
Gold
not
is
wool.
good. I understand that gold is good, but at
Wool.
one like not everybody.
You're
can-
telling me right now, this shit's gonna kick off just because you can't eat gold. Saudi Arabia is gonna give you 500 billion fucking gallons of gas for what?
Hey, my guy Rudy Finney, thank you, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Who know? But this is what I'm saying. Not every hold on.
What are they gonna give you the gas for? Tell me what you're gonna offer them.
Bro, if they have an abundance of it and you have an abundance of something else, gold might not even be in the talk.
What if they don't need what you have as an abundance?
Well, if you don't have gold, then you're fucked, aren't you?
It all
much.
depends.
Move on to the next
if-
person. Like it's the bartering system doesn't necessarily have to be like I get what you're saying. Gold and silver will always be viewed as money, absolutely. But let's not forget that it's raw materials, and also let's not forget that that's not going to be everybody's targeted goal if they need something else.
I think the funny thing is that we're kind of all saying the same shit in different languages. We all believe that the bartering system will be of utmost importance when shit falls down,
Absolutely.
right? So it just depends on what the individual's needs are. Most people's needs aren't going to be trading acres and mules for oil. It's going to be, I need to drink water, I need to eat food, I need to live in a place and put my family there, and I need security. Those are the most important things. Now, yes,
You guys are assuming the whole world is on this shit hit the fan with you.
No, but if
knows?
it's a politically driven United States civil war, the rest of the world doesn't matter to anybody. You know, when you're
They're still going to be
your
trading in
small
real money,
community-
though. Is my
Ooh.
point.
Who are
Yeah,
you
but
gonna- if
who
you
are
have
you
nobody
trading
to-
it with? Yeah,
That's
who
what
are
I'm
they
saying.
trading
If
it
you have
with?
all this gold and you have nobody to trade it with.
Fish is going to be striking deals, bringing oil tankers over. With
Why do you
gold
think
on
we're
them.
sending 50 billion of American dollars to Ukraine?
Bribery, money laundering. Okay, can I say one thing?
Yes.
Right here, right? So let's talk about a society in collapse. Think back to Somalia, right? So they had resources, had this, had that. So what was the gangs and the warlords fighting over? Food and water. I control the food and water. Again, I control the population. If I control the food and the water, I say, hey, I'll feed your family. You have to come and fight in my army. That's what it's going to be about. Who can raise the biggest army? Look at the warlords when they went into Afghanistan, right? Karzai had the ANA, the Northern Alliance. You had the ANA and everything else, right? Two dudes that came out as the forerunners, they hated each other. They hated each other, right? But we got them together to go and fight, and walked in and everything else, right? So it's going to be about who can raise the largest standing army. How do you raise an army? You have to give them food, water, shelter, and security, right? That's the best way to get an army to fight for you. And I'm not talking about paying them every month and everything else. I make you a part of something. I give you food, water, shelter, clothing, right? And then you go out and you cut off arms, limbs, you rape people and everything else. But we're warlords. We're not bound by a gentleman's agreement called the Geneva Conventions, right? I can visit so many atrocities upon your village, right? Look at all the dirty wars that occurred in Africa, right? Look at the Rhodesian Scouts, the Sela Scouts. Look at the wars, the banana wars in Central and South America over fucking bananas and Dole, the Dole Company, right? The fucking Dole Company. Everyone is eating those fucking pineapples, right? Like, serious, man. Just look at that shit. So I got it. The money aspect, I'm Jeff Bezos. I got bazillions of fucking dollars, but it doesn't matter because no one else got any dollars. So at that point, all the money you got, all the dollars you got is irrelevant because can't no one buy anything.
Well, I think, and actually, Joe Morris just nailed this. He said gold and silver are pre-biblical age money, and they still are. The issue is liquidity. And then he goes on to explain something else. So this is how do people value things is all about what? Supply and demand, right? If water and food, which are necessities and things like that, water, food, shelter, security are like the main four. If those things are in high demand but low supply, then someone who has 1 gram or 1 ounce of gold that's worth $2,000, it's not going to appear to be worth $2,000 anymore because the value of it would seem diminished. Just the same way that in Detroit, once upon a time, those homes were worth $500,000. Then when all of a sudden, 70% of them shits were vacant, you could just walk in for free. Why the fuck would I pay $500,000 for something I could just walk in for free? So I think that it's the value of it would appear diminished. Would it always be diminished? Of course not. Any market is going to fluctuate. But I think immediate needs would be most important if the world fell apart, if civility fell apart.
Let me ask you this.
So hey, to piggyback off of what DLD just said, think about this right here, right? Like you said, let's look at World War II, right? Let's look at say 1938, 1939 Germany, right? Who made the most money in financing Hitler's war? The bankers, right? Because no matter who wins the war, they're going to get paid, right? So think about it.
Let me ask you this then.
Resources, and you put that stuff out, it's in my interest to make you loans. I'm going to get paid. The bankers loan money to both sides. How gangster is that?
Let me ask you this then. Let's play your hypothetical situation. This shit kicks off, right? You have
It's
two
all
sides.
hypothetical.
You have two sides. One's on the US dollar. The other one's gonna go to whatever their new fucking currency is. The Western fucking dick fucker butt coin. Okay? A PMC comes along and goes, hey, don't bet on either of these two. I'm going to pay you in gold. So no matter what, it's going to have a global worth. It doesn't matter what's going on in America. The gold is still going to be worth whatever it's worth in purchasing power in fucking India as it is in America.
But what
Does that
can
make
I
sense to
do
you?
as the individual with that gold?
Absolutely.
Okay, are you going to bet on the dollar?
No, absolutely.
No, I'm not betting on either of them. Like monetary value, and I think that we're
missing
off
what I'm
base with
saying
each
right
other
now.
here. Because I admit I'm thinking very micro scale. I'm thinking
Right. Are you going to back
in
a
the
governmental,
neighborhood?
government-backed currency,
Mhm.
or are you going to back a currency that's recognized around the fucking globe? And if you don't think they value this shit, bro, I'm telling you, China stacks gold,
I agree.
India stacks gold, Saudi Arabia stacks gold, Germany stacks gold. All these countries stack gold. We used to stack gold. I don't know. We haven't seen it in a while. They said it was in Fort Knox. But I bet you somebody got that
all
shit.
sitting at the
Hold
Reserve.
on. So I do agree with you, right? With the whole globe thing, right? But if some shit was to hit the fan here, do you think you're going to have the resources to outsource to the rest of the globe?
Exactly.
Or you're going to be fucked where you're at trying to survive and get to.
Are we going back to caveman? Like, what's going on in this situation?
Yo,
Tell me the scenario.
Yeah.
If war pops off, you might as well go back to caveman. I don't
You're
know.
gonna be
Okay. Is it caveman for people in Ukraine right now?
bro. It's
For a lot of them, yes.
We don't know what's going on in Ukraine. No one knows
Was it
what's going on.
was it caveman for people in Iraq? Was it caveman for people in
First
Afghanistan?
off, in Iraq, these motherfuckers are traveling through tunnels. Let's be real.
Would you rather have the Iraqi dinar or
bro,
gold?
you're gonna be
Shit
trading
went down in Iraq.
of salt and single cigarettes.
What I'm saying is, do you think you yourself, right, with this gold, are going to be able to outsell?
Absolutely.
And those aren't civil wars that you're talking about. So you're comparing apples to orange.
These people aren't going to try and smoke you and take your shit.
I'd rather have fucking gold than Iraqi dinar.
I'd rather have food than gold.
Iraqi dinar is not even in the question of what's happening here. We're talking about hypothetically here. This is where the whole conversation stemmed from, it being here in America.
Did you buy some Iraqi dinar back in the day because somebody told you that it was going to blow up after the Civil War?
Nah.
Okay.
Gold
right.
Gold was the play. And you know what? I'm not even gonna say it. I don't even want to fucking brag on y'all. Y'all will figure it out at some point.
Why do you think?
No, I agree with you. Long-term strategy.
Agreeing with you.
No.
Hey, well, hold on,
saying
Fish.
is
Has
if
anyone
shit hits the
disagreed with
fan-
you?
If shit
You're
hits the
thinking too
fan,
micro, my guys. Just because there's a war in America don't mean the world stopped.
no,
It
you're
doesn't mean the
absolutely
world's
right.
end.
Are you going to be able to get out of America?
Why wouldn't you?
You get-
Could you get out of Iraq?
If it wasn't for
People did it.
Yeah, with who? With who?
You got to trade somebody something. Get me the fuck out of here. Here's my Rolex. Here's my 10 ounces of gold.
Hold up. I think it's interesting because we're all looking at this from a different perspective, but we're all kind of thinking the same thing. So do you all agree that if everything fell to shit hit the fan, whatever, if the excrement hit the rotary device, that do you all believe that there would be a barter system?
Yes.
Do you all believe that eventually, after said shit hitting the fan, that we would probably build back up to civility again?
That would take a while, but yes.
It would take a while, right?
There's a lot of pause there from all of us on that.
Yeah, everybody thought it was.
Well, I mean, look at the past. Like history tells us that that's true, right?
Yeah.
Eventually, we'll be built back up. So the things that you may need immediately during the time of shit falling apart may just be water, food, shelter, security.
Right.
It doesn't mean to say, oh, gold's gone. Gold will never be back. Gold. I don't think anyone's saying that. I just think that your priorities change, right? Imagine, Fish, if you got in a car accident and you were fucking pinned in your car, right? And somebody ran up to you and they were like, oh my God, you're going to die if you don't get out. Your car's on fire. Here's an ounce of gold. You'd be like, what the fuck? Get that shit away from me. I don't care about the gold.
That's super micro. My point was this, and I'll just leave it at this. I'll just leave it at this, okay? If a civil war breaks down in America and it goes down and your dollar's not worth shit, you'd be much better having gold and silver to try to fucking get your ass out or to barter with than you would have
never
dollars.
the argument. Yes,
Then dollars.
But that was
and I'm
never the
gonna leave it at that, all right?
I agree.
You're right.
I agree. And that was never the argument. You had said that you were going to go with Jeff Bezos and be a PMC for money.
That's how it started, because you were like, what is he going to pay you with? And I'm like, bro, if he offers me gold and land, I'm going.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. I'd be super skeptical. I'd be like,
and he was like, why? You can't buy food. What?
It's like, I feel what you're saying. Like, is there any way to guarantee this? Because this kind of happened before in history where people were promised things and really didn't get shit.
Yeah.
But they didn't give you guns.
Somebody said beanie babies.
No, I'm going to be, this is going to come off a little crass. There's going to be a little crass, but one of the most valuable assets that you probably come across in a real shit hit the fan situation is good pussy.
Prostitute. I was literally going to say prostitutes, for real.
We have,
hold
on,
not just prostitutes, but actually good. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're thinking too micro.
There's a young man here.
I'm just joking.
Yeah.
There's a young man here. Let's.
Oh, my apologies.
Yeah. Sorry.
I forgot you were in there, Alex. He's getting there though. He's getting of age where he's gonna start looking for it himself. So
we're gonna
put that bug in his ear.
Hold that on for as long as possible.
Right.
Actually, I'm about to hop off. So.
All right, bro.
Probably a good call.
All right,
I'm
brother.
feeling
Be
a little
safe, man.
tired.
All right, baby
My
turkey.
back is hurting.
You see, and that's the thing with
Later, bro.
if you really understand the money system and the banks and how all this shit went down, then you know what the real money is, right? So the Wizard of Oz is actually about this whole fucking story of how we took off the gold standard. That's when we were the most prosperous in America.
So
Was when we were on the gold standard.
if you don't have the money now, what makes you think you're gonna have the money then?
What for what? What do you mean?
Shit hits the fan, right? You're gonna be working for the same dude that has the money now, that's gonna have the money, God forbid shit hits the fan. He has all the resources. I'm thinking about the gold shit still.
The gold shit. So you're saying I don't have gold and silver?
No, I'm not saying you don't. I'm saying you ain't gonna have as much as him.
Does he, or did he bet it all on the dollar?
All right. Now, even if he did, he still has the juice. He still has the juice, the power, a phone call away to be back up like this.
Okay.
Right?
That's true.
Everybody on this panel
Agree.
was part of the elite, right? And I betted all my fucking gold on the dollar and I lost all of it and shit hit the fan. You're going to tell me I can't get on the phone with one of you guys and you're like, that's my man. I'm going to make sure he's not down. Boom. He's good. Yo, hit him with this. Hit him with this. I'm going to hit him with this. He's back up.
Well, see, they rocking.
Probably.
So gold's just a form of an asset, right? It's just it's a form of storing your wealth. It's an asset. So property could be that, like land, right?
Gold
like fucking
is a currency in a barter system.
Yep.
That is fucking true in every sense of the word.
Yeah,
100%. Can
100%.
you
Even down to
blacksmith?
bartering, like the whole talking of bartering, there is skill involved to get what you want.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I read that and I was just like
30 dogs and one bear.
Is 100% correct.
Yeah. Can you?
All right, y'all do your thing, bro.
Can you build things? So, well, I don't think anyone really disagreed with you. I just think that it's a shift in perspective for a point in time during a world without rule of law. That's all I was saying.
It's just Fish's mentality, which isn't wrong, right? It's like down to when we talked about fishing, which stood with me. He said something about fishing earlier this year that has stood with me. I haven't got to go and fuck with it yet, but it's the whole mindset, right?
Hunting is for people who
he's
can't
like,
fish.
you guys are using these grubs, you guys are using these lures. He's like, I catch big fish because I use big baits. So if his whole concentration is on the gold and silver and getting out this country, or based around this gold and silver, and he's not thinking about anything else, it very well could happen for him because that's the way his mind is based around. Whether he gets skunked or not, the next day he's gonna get up and go for the same thing.
Yeah, I feel you.
So money has collapsed. Currencies have collapsed throughout the ages. Look at Venezuela. Look at the Weimar Republic in Germany.
Yo, hold on, my bad, real quick. Yo, Drimo Go Burr, bro, good to see you, man. I haven't seen you in forever, dog. It's been like over a year. Thank you for coming into the live stream. My bad, Fish. Go ahead.
There's another one in Africa where like you had to have like $1 million to buy like a fucking banana in a water bottle. I forget what the African one was, but like currencies, they collapse, bro. They're over there playing musical chairs with these debt-based currencies, right? Like meanwhile, there's a thing called the IMF. It's the International Monetary Fund, right? Look into this shit, you guys. These big-ass banks in these countries, they'll tell you the declared amount of gold that they're buying. They're fucking going ham with this shit. Because they know the dollar's about to go.
Dude, they've bought more than like 3 tons a week of gold.
No, it's like hundreds of thousands of tons of gold and shit like that.
One thing about the IMF, if you look at the history of the IMF, it's gangster because they'll make loans to countries that they know they can't pay them back. So then they'll go in and they will essentially take over their government, install puppet regimes through financing and everything else. They'll build infrastructure, everything else. China is doing it on a on a scale in Africa to where they're making loans and they're saying, well, you can't pay back the loan, not a problem. Let us build you factories. We'll send our people in to run your factories. We're going to teach your education system and everything else. If you look at some of the African countries, they've actually just refused to pay China and kicked them out of their country. The guy in Burkina Faso that just had a coup and everything else, he just did the same thing. He kicked the French out, and the French are pissed. I'm going to give him about 2 months. There was already an attempt on him 2 or 3 days ago. So, the IMF, what the IMF does is the IMF, it's like fixing the game. They manipulate currency, artificially inflate it, deflate it, or devalue it to make them come back and take out loans, right? Look at Haiti, right? When Haiti fought the revolution against France and they kicked them out and everything else, the world court said, Haiti, you have to pay France. Haiti has just now paid off France that war debt like a decade ago, right? And that's one of those things you get from the IMF. If you play ball, we'll give you a good loan. If you don't, we're going to redline your loan. So there's a lot of dirty games. I don't have to, I don't have to send in the military to overthrow you, right? And we talked about this before. The third option, optima tertia, right? When diplomacy and military doesn't work, we'll kill you. Just Google the third option, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Fish is right. If the whole world plunges into chaos all at once, we're screwed, But if it's just like a regional conflict, everything's going to bounce back. You'll have investors that go in. Look at the investors. Look at the people that got rich by going into Iraq and just building infrastructure. War is good for three things: depopulation, installing governments, and making money.
What was that third option called? You said.
My bad. I ain't trying to get all crazy with y'all. I don't care if you believe what I believe or not. Like, it's not like that. Like, I'm just.
No,
I just know what I know. So it's like.
No, I hear you. It's a perspective on things. I'm just saying, like, your thought process on how you see it, is one way. Mine is one way. Everybody has their way. And my thing is, if shit didn't expand like that, bro, nobody's gonna, like, these dudes that are up there, they don't give a fuck about you now. They're not gonna give a fuck.
You know what opened my eye to this shit? Like, people told me about gold and silver and shit, and I was like, man, what the fuck? Because I was just like y'all. What am I gonna do with that, right?
I'm not saying. Oh, wait.
I know. Let me finish my story. Let me finish my story.
All right.
So I'm in Iraq. I'm PMCing. I'm making over 6 figures tax free, right? And people were talking about what should we invest in. I bought some Google, blah blah. And one dude was like, "Yo, you should do gold." And it was like $600 an ounce at this point, or $700, $800. And I'm like, man, I don't know, right? So I go on vacation and I fly to Saudi Arabia. And what y'all know about Saudi Arabia? They have the most rich fucking princes and shit, like crazy shit, like real ballers, like ballers, right?
Arab money.
So I'm in the motherfucking airport, and they got I swear to fucking God, dude, a vending machine, like a Coke machine with gold and shit in it.
Damn.
That's how these motherfuckers are like. They're not buying Cokes. Like, they had a vending machine with gold in it. Like,
and one of the reasons why they do that, Fish, is, believe it or not, like,
to travel, right?
Yeah, to travel, because again, if I get a gold bar, everything, if I have cash, that's the cash value of it. If I have a 3-ounce gold bar, or a 3-ounce gold quarter, it's only worth a quarter, but the gold's worth whatever the spot price of gold is.
Exactly.
So
you can't travel with over 10 grand in cash.
So you could travel with a bunch of this gold from Saudi Arabia to, let's say, London, right? And you claim like whatever the coin is, $25, right? So you're like, I got $250 of these coins, but really it's fucking 200 grand in fucking gold. You get what I'm saying? Like,
no,
and again, that's one of those things too. Like one of the ways now to get away with ill-gotten gains, launder money, everything else, to move money, overseas, internationally, is through precious gemstones and everything else, or art, right? Because art's only worth what you're willing to pay for it.
Yeah.
right? If I draw a stick figure and I owe DLD $1 million, you know, Fish buys that stick figure for $1 million. I pay DLD. It's only worth what you're willing to pay for it. And up until recently, there's very little disclosure on who purchased art. Money laundering
No, I
much,
was just about to say.
right? And then precious gems, like Fish said, if I'm trying to leave a country, look at the Mario boat lift in Cuba, right? If I used to be the man in South America, a South American country, and like the wolves is at the door, I got to haul ass. I can't. It's impossible for me to travel with, say, $100 million in ill-gotten, plundered money, right? But what I can travel with, diamonds, rubies, and emeralds.
Yeah. And do you guys
Yeah.
watch? Have you guys watched the Who's that ex-Navy SEAL who's got that dope podcast? What's his name, Dust? I know you like him too.
Sean Ryan?
Sean Ryan?
You could
When he
PWD
interviews the agents and he talks about what their EDCs were and shit, they always have like a Rolex,
Yeah, no, of course.
Yeah.
a couple coins in gold,
Yeah,
or
no,
some bullshit to get the fuck out of that country if they have
Yeah,
to,
but
right?
that's-
A little,
yeah.
a little bit of loose.
But see, but that's okay, but that's hear me out. That's their coming back here.
Hold on, but you know why they choose that instead of a currency? Because it's good to every. It don't matter who you're talking to.
I don't-
Chinese man in China.
But
I don't
fuck,
think anybody said
this
that.
is my thing, right?
Hey, also
It's
they
a
also
known
carried
fact
$100 bills.
It's a known fact that America is different, dog. The mindset in America is real different than other countries. So yes, gold is worth a lot. Silver is worth a lot. But what
Little.
type of time are people on?
So
You gotta
I think
think about that, dog. Like those dudes, and yeah, I am a super huge fan of the Sean Ryan show. If you guys don't know what that is, you definitely need to check him out and check that out. That dude has the top tier of the top tier of everybody on that show.
and they go deep too.
And they go, yo, bro, I'm surprised there's no depth from that show. But
Yeah.
outside of that, like they're coming here or they're like going to a allied country is one thing. Bro, people fucking hate this country. Right?
I love it.
No, I love it too. I'm not talking about the people in this country. I'm talking about the people outside of this country. Shit hits the fan here. Watch how quick everybody closes their border to us. You think anybody's gonna be like, yeah, come in? Hell no.
Well,
They get everything from us, though.
I'll disagree with you on that. They will be offering citizenship, dual citizenship for a price. So that's always been the deal, man. You can always buy your way out of stuff.
This is true, but I don't know. This is how
And now
I see
Fish
it,
is
bro.
going to say, how do you think you would buy your way there? With gold. But I don't think anyone disagrees that gold is valuable. I don't think that was the point of that. And even if society collapses and if everything falls to shit, and for all the people coming in on my channel, I was already popping on with the turkeys. I wasn't going to stream tonight because I'm sick, but I was like, shit, I need to come on here anyway. So I'm streaming to my channel from their channel too.
And for anybody who's from his channel that is here rocking with us as a whole,
yeah,
welcome. You guys
you got to check out. If you've not subscribed to the Tactical Turkeys, you're tripping because they go live right before I go live every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. It's like a perfect 4-hour slot. Watch them, then watch me. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
But here's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
but don't listen to me. I'm just a comedian. I just be talking out my ass, bro.
No, I don't think
y'all do what you want. I'm doing what I'm gonna do.
I don't think you're wrong at all. The trick is that if everything fell to shit and people were throwing gold out like crazy just to get a glass of water, it would actually be an excellent time to stack gold. If you could stay alive, if you could survive, if you could find a place to put it that no one would, hit a.
We say this like everyone's got gold, bro. Everyone doesn't own this shit.
A bunch of people do when they're down to nothing. They go through their shit. They go through their grandmother's shit. They go through and they're trying to get anything they can of value. People are going to pop up with, like I got pounds of metals. I'll call it that.
Yeah, and you could break them off worse than a pawn shop, bro. Like,
yeah.
You know what?
But I don't think we can all put all. And yes, platinum is dope too. DLD is how I got to the turkeys. Hell yeah, that's what's up. So what I'm saying is that so I could put all of my money in precious metals. That'd be foolish. I could put all of my money in ammo. That'd be foolish. I could put all my money in guns and water and food and all. I think because none of us really know like for real what's going to happen. I
Yeah.
think trying to spread out, diversify what we have to prepare for who knows.
Oh, definitely
know?
diversify. Yo, I'm not a financial advisor at all. I'll say this though, I was right before, and it made me pretty healthy. I'll just say that. All right.
Hey, I would recommend go get some shovels and hit the cemeteries, man. You know how many dead
Just
people?
do me a favor. Look at the price of silver in 2011, 2012.
Yo, you are not lying, Joe.
Yeah.
Hey, Super Predator, you all right, man? You like?
Yeah, because I'm sitting here thinking.
Hey,
somebody in the chat said, how much gold
walk into?
How much gold to buy a loaf of bread? I was gonna answer that. I was gonna highlight that. So what you'd want there is like a quarter of an ounce of silver.
No. And so here's my thought process on that. If I'm the guy and I'm really thinking, still focused on the trailer that we played at the beginning of the chat, or the whole Civil War thing, right? So if I'm the guy who's in the neighborhood who's able to bake bread, right, and people are coming to me for loaves of bread, I'm not looking for silver. I'm not looking for gold in this type of a situation, in a true.
To what point though? So you're gonna take ammo and shit, right?
No. Like I said, I'll take that good poom. I'll take whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like there's gonna be some barter in there, but gold and silver probably is not gonna be at the top of my list. It's gonna be some of the things that I know that I need.
Alcohol.
I said I need that.
Yeah, exactly.
I need that.
Let me just say this though, straight up, and we're joking about it, but straight up, when it comes to a real survival situation, there's going to be way more men who are looking for that resource than there are women who are willing to provide it.
Yeah.
So that becomes a commodity. That becomes a commodity. That becomes a commodity. And if you think about the hood, where do we find pimps? You know what I'm saying? That's where you're gonna have to go for it. So what are you gonna pay them with? Is it a loaf of bread?
These girls,
yeah.
So what now?
So one thing on that right there.
That thing is hanging.
No, what you say, Big Fish? You said, what are we paying the girls?
He said
you're paying them the same thing that PMCs are paying their people with: food, shelter, necessities, clothing, all of that stuff. So you're basically providing them with their basic necessities, and you're using them as currency. So if I'm the one person who has the knowledge and the skill to bake bread in this community,
so we're giving out
a woman, and if dead ass, if a woman shows up to me and I'm the bread baker, and she's got silver in her hand, bro, I don't want that silver. I don't want that silver.
What is a Pop-Tart? He said, what is a Pop-Tart give me?
I don't remember.
Y'all are thinking mad. Yo, how long do you think that's going to go on for?
Literally, look.
Well, and no. Good question. So when it comes to a grid down situation, we all know that the estimates on your time are, you basically have like 2 weeks to get out.
Like, baby, I got this box of chicken and biscuits.
Right. So after that 2 weeks, everyone's kind of on their own. It's a level playing field. Like everyone's trying to just survive at that point, right? So the question is, what skill, what commodity do you have to start bartering with?
Bro,
and what are you taking in barter? Is what are you taking in barter?
I am not giving up the booty for some goldfish, dog. Like you are bugging.
You say that now, but look at prison. Look at prison. You got dudes who are giving up.
They're giving up prison rules.
Giving up.
I'm slapping everybody, dog. Like you,
dude.
They giving up cheeks for honey buns, bro.
2 years ago, I straight up said, and I've said this several times after that, but I had said, watch, when shit falls, chicks will be out tricking for Bic lighters.
Oh, for sure.
It will be something that will give back to you 1,000 times over. And then even after that, you could take it apart and take the flint and all that shit out. Like it will be the craziest, stupidest things. And if you guys haven't gone and read like there was that guy Selko that reported on his year and a half that he lived in a world without rule of law in Bosnia, and he was like, dude,
I love how y'all thinking about pussy and shit at the fan, bro. I love y'all, man.
I mean, it wasn't my first thought. I said ATF, alcohol,
Hey,
tobacco,
listen,
and
I'll make a
firearms.
business.
Hold on.
The fan, you're gonna see a sign that says Dusty's fucking
I got
drinks
proof of this.
stink.
I got proof of this. I got proof of this. So what was the big volcano that erupted that just decimated? Was that?
You talking about Vesuvius?
Yes, yeah. Mount Vesuvius.
Oh yeah, where they were.
But you got the one dude who's mummified cranking one out at the end, right? So y'all can joke all you want, but somebody is trying to get laid at the end of the world.
You are 100% spot
hold
on.
So to speak on that in historical context,
Man,
right?
I'm just telling you right now, I'm gonna run through all y'all motherfuckers thinking about pussy.
Whenever you have wars,
you gonna lose your shit, dog. Like,
don't come to my brothel with that bullshit. Don't come to my brothel. I'm like, yo, keep that. I got a business happening over here. You got gold for me? No.
Hey, going to predators, you were saying about that, right? Always during wars, you've always had camp followers because the soldiers had money. They pay the chicks that would follow. You look at what was one of the things that almost decimated or really hampered our ability to fight in Vietnam? Syphilis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got down, boom, boom, long time. Desert Storm. We heard the stories, chicks going over broke and ugly, coming back fine and wealthy, right? Mm-hmm. Iraq and Afghanistan, a lot of alleged illicit activities and everything else. So again, right, during those times of conflicts, I want to do something that's going to bring a little bit of normalcy to me, whether it's intimacy of a woman, getting drunk, or getting high, right? Yeah. We've seen that all throughout wars and conflicts. What do soldiers look at the rebels in Somalia? During the daytime, they get high off a cot.
Here's my thing, bro. I know
they get high off a cot now.
I know we got a lot of savageness in us. I don't think the American men would allow people to just go around raping chicks and shit, bro.
Listen, I'm not into that. I'm not into that. All right, I'm gonna like proper business. There ain't gonna be none of that.
They don't even allow that shit in prison, bro. Like
it's gonna be most situations are gonna be, consensual, right? But what he's saying is that history is filled with in these types of situations. History is filled with people seeking normality. And they look for sex, alcohol, and weapons, and obviously also, water and food and shit like that too. But those are the people that are not trying to stack gold, silver, or whatever and hide it. Like I think Fish has a different mindset of it, and that's cool. But in the same way, like if shit falls down, I don't give a fuck. If I could go without showers, I can go without pussy, I can go without eating, and I'm gonna be hammering dudes in the T-zone if I need to.
Well, my thing is gonna be this, bro. If it goes down, right?
Little ones, purple ones.
I'm gonna do everything in my power to create the most generational wealth that I can.
Well, you should start now by just like tapping into catalytic converters.
I'm already starting now, but I'm just saying, like, if it goes down, I'm on demon time for that shit, bro. Like,
yeah, I'm saying for real. No, but for real, catalytic converters. Because I mean, if you're gonna invest in it and you got a grid down situation, like who gives a shit about cars if you can't drive them because there's no gas, right? So if you're looking for that platinum, if you're looking for that for all of that stuff,
why is there no gas?
I got gas all day. I'll make that shit. You can literally cook plastic and turn it into gas.
Why is there no gas? You think they're gonna stop making gas in Texas?
But what I'm saying is when it comes to if you're trying to get a hold of gold, silver, palladium, precious metals, right? Nobody, your average American in a grid down situation is not going to be able to use their car after the gas runs out because you don't have that supply chain any longer, right? So if you don't have that supply chain any longer, the cars aren't running. That's your time for you to start, like you said, collecting the precious metals.
Gold is what I would turn to if I don't need what you're offering me to trade.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you come to me and go, I got 10 bitches, I'm like, I got 400.
But where are you getting the gold from?
From you. Go get me gold and I'll give you some ammo.
Where am I going to get it from?
That's not my problem.
Right, exactly. But what I'm saying is I'm going to go get it from catalytic converters. I'm going to go to the easiest spot for me to get it from. Not necessarily gold, but I'm going to bring you back some platinum. Like that's what I'm saying. When it comes to that, that's where that resourcefulness comes from.
Right,
We're
right, I
thinking
got you,
of
I got
actual
you, I got
gold
you.
bars and silver
There's
bars
gold.
and shit like that.
There's
Unless
gold.
you have something else for trade. Like if you come to me with diesel, I'm not gonna turn you down, right?
There's gold.
Like if you got a whole semi truck of diesel, I'm gonna be like, all right, bet. What you need?
Fam, I got a loaf of bread.
Hey guys, one
I got
a loaf
this.
of bread
I got
for that
these
boom.
packets.
I know you got it.
I don't know. There's gold.
Hey,
There's
guys.
gold in your everyday house. There's gold in your house, and you don't even know what appliances use gold as conductors.
your computers and your circuit boards and all electronics. Hey, but one other thing,
But you got to harvest it.
yeah. Hey, think about this right here, right? We're talking about.
Platinum.
We're talking
That's
about
what
these-
my brothel's gonna be called.
That's a
Platinum.
perfect name of it right there.
That's my brothel's name. Platinum and pussy. Yo, listen.
No.
you follow the rules and you don't get.
We need
clapped.
one more. We need more. Platinum, pussy, and powder.
Yeah.
Damn.
Hey guys. think
Yeah,
about-
that's
Hey, so real quick, we talked about commodities, money, gold, everything else, right? What we didn't talk about was something that's going to catch everyone: your medical. If you have a marketable skill, that's going to be more valuable than gold, because if you're sitting down there dying from appendicitis or gout or migraines, you don't care about that stuff.
Can you
but
imagine?
but then that becomes that becomes too precious, because that's when you wind up having a situation where somebody will try to slave you out.
But no, if you play it right, and you have to do that. Now, I don't have a crystal ball. I can't look into the future. The only thing I can do is just look back into the past. We would go out on med cap, vet caps. You go to a village where you was getting IDF from, and suspected whatever. You go in there, you fix their goats, you fix the old lady's gout and whatever. Then all of a sudden, people start talking to you. Then all of a sudden, you're not getting shot at as you're doing your patrols. Then all of a sudden, there's no more enemy activity in that area. So again, as I control certain things in the population, it's easier for me to do what I want to do, right?
That's good until they won't let you leave because of your skill.
Well, and true, and then again, also as a baker, if you're doing this and doing that, it's the same thing. If you have a marketable skill, something that's in demand, you always run that risk of getting rolled up, right?
Yo, all of these TikTok hoes is gonna be selling pussy, bro. Oh my god,
They already are.
All of them.
They just need to go ahead and convert it to gold and silver. They need to go ahead and do that now. Why they still got a
They're
chance?
not going to be. I'm telling you,
boom room.
they're not going to be. I am.
There you go.
I am. They're gonna be with me, and I am.
And what do you have to offer them?
Yo, what? Don't
Water, food, shelter, security.
The same thing that pimps currently offer them.
Right.
Listen, this is what you got to do. If it gets too crazy,
Here's
safe
the
word,
thing.
pineapple juice. Doors getting blown down. Problem solved.
Here's the thing to consider. Okay, and this is why
stock
all
up on birth control, my guy.
we all have this animalistic instinct to do things, and some are willing to do things that are more severe than others. So right now, today, while civility is still somewhat, the structure of commerce is still put together, why do chicks do shit like that? Why do chicks sell their ass? Why do chicks have what do you call OnlyFans and shit like that?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I would set up them as assets.
Okay, but hold on. Why do they do it?
You hear me, Joe? I would set up a gang of them as assets, bro. We will.
That's the best army to have, bro. But why do they do it today, right now, when the world is totally fine? Why do they do it?
Because they can.
To make money. Why do they need to make money right now? Water, food, shelter, security.
Yeah.
That's it. It is our basic instinct.
The security part is from the internet for the most part.
Yeah. But I mean, for the most part, water, food, shelter, right? We look at security as, this beautiful Geisley Christmas tree right here is security. Security. I'm just saying that, like, excuse me. Man, my voice is...
Yo, you think that's where they came up with that? We'll give you 70 virgins if you die.
Why do you think I built?
Can I get them beforehand though?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. We'll be like, yo, we'll give you 30 now.
Also,
30
That's fair. I'll take that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
No,
know.
I will say this: anybody who lives in Florida, though, anybody who lives in Florida,
Yo,
if
we'll
you
give you
really
5.
think that there's
Your signing bonus is 5, right?
anyone who lives in Florida, if you really do believe that there's going to be a civil war / grid down situation, grow oranges. Grow oranges, because if you and learn how to make penicillin from those oranges.
Oh, wow.
That's something antibiotics will be. It will be the equivalent of gold
What if
or
you're
platinum or
allergic to
something like that.
penicillin?
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
I didn't know you could make that from oranges.
That's how they discovered it. That's
What
how
if
they
you're
discovered
allergic?
penicillin. It's the mold from oranges.
That wasn't the mold from a cantaloupe.
What's that?
Wasn't the mold from a cantaloupe?
I thought it was from oranges.
I think it was a cantaloupe. But I could be
I
wrong.
know it's some kind of citrus fruit.
Yeah.
Mm.
What the one thing about oranges in particular and citrus in general is that the oils from it is flammable. So you can literally set an orange on fire if you
Bro.
squeeze the oil out. You know how like in those fancy dancy restaurants they zest the pill. If you just scrape it and squeeze it out, you can set it on fire and keep it on fire. They're awesome when you throw them at people too. Don't ask me how I know, man.
Yeah, vitamin C does keep the scurvy away. T for
Keeps that
Texas.
scurvy off you.
But
I
yes,
don't know what it does for the what did y'all say, syphilis? I don't know what it do for the syphilis, but
almost everything is energetic. Almost everything in the world, you could cut down a tree and convert that to trinitrile TNT. You could almost everything is energetic. Sugar is energetic.
Yeah. Surface area on sugar and flour. That's why a lot of
So
this
is
go up.
erythritol. We don't need to talk about that right now.
Do you have a mistletoe for your tree back there?
yo, you
What kind of mistletoe?
I'm just
I'm
saying.
in love with the
I'm
coca.
allergic to penicillin. Got a amoxicillin. Damn.
I'm in love with the coca.
Bro, I literally just started a dose of antibiotics tonight. I didn't have to go to the doctor. I didn't have to do nothing because I got a shitload of antibiotics at the crib.
Nice.
You know?
Fishy Mox.
I was like, "What's
Fishy
your
Pen.
lunch?" No, I got like legit antibiotics. You can get them from
packs.
Z-Pack.
yeah, you can get
You know what's good antibiotic?
all that shit.
Moonshine.
Yep, booze, all that shit. You know, one thing I do want to talk about though, how many people do you know that have like one plate carrier, one gun belt, and one setup? But then they talk about like, oh, in this case I'll go do recce, in this case I'll go do patrol, in this case I'll go do this. But they don't understand that you need different shit for different tasks.
Shit for different situations.
I don't got nothing, bro. I'm just gonna clap the first dummies I see. Take their shit.
There you go. Can we talk about this? Because I know like some of y'all served, right? And I think it's important to know.
You know the fucking goofies who think they're all ready, who write those long ass comments on your YouTube
That have no punctuation, no period.
500 meters in my fucking iron sights, and I'm fucking so tactical and blah blah. I hit you from this point of range.
You're giving them too much credit. You're giving them too much credit. You know they don't type. They sit here like, so fish. I think that
how bad it's more like this.
They're talking into their phone, bro. That's why there's no punctuation. There's no period paragraph breaks, no commas, no nothing.
But we all know that when it comes to survival, the best way to survive a gunfight is to not get in one.
Don't get in one. Yeah, fuck that.
Or come back later.
You know, avoidance at all costs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or come back later.
Shout out to Black on Black. They posted.
Philly Slow got it right. Well,
actually,
I don't know, man.
You know, all them dudes was like, I'll call the police.
Said some new faces. Welcome to the Turkey Channel. Flood munitions.
Philly Slow, yes, fish antibiotics. You do not need a prescription to purchase fish antibiotics. They're marketed under fish, like Fishy Pen, Fishy Mox. You can buy them online, and you don't have to worry about having a prescription to do it. It's the exact same thing that you're getting in exact same dosage that you would get it for. It's just marketed different. It's got a different label.
Your plates don't matter when there's a cannon that sits on top of the.
So penicillin is the fungus that grows on oranges.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Snow, what's up, bro?
So all you got to do is set out some oranges and scrape the fungus off?
There's a little bit more to it, but I mean, if you learn how to do it and you've got access to orange peels like that, and like I said, if you live in Florida, and I think California also grows oranges pretty
Florida
tight like
has
that
a shit
too.
ton of orange
Yeah.
farms.
Mm-hmm.
Most places where they have sandy soil, you can grow tropical things like pineapples, oranges. You can also, if you're in a warm climate, but you're not near waters, you can still mix your soil with sand, and you can still grow tropical things like, in warm
Sugar
places.
Shane.
You look like Sugar
Oh,
Shane.
mostly.
So you're saying,
What are
In
you
my
trying to
younger
say?
days, no, in
Trying
my
to
younger
say
days,
that-
people told me I used to, seriously, when I was in my 20s, people told me I looked like Usher, and I used to get
Damn.
offended by it. I think it's because we have the same like nose and like bridge structure, but I don't see it anymore.
Were you
I done gained- I'm in my 40s and I done gained the weight, bro. I ain't got it no more.
Were
I was
you
gonna say
spinning
maybe,
the desktop?
maybe the dollar store version. I don't know.
Yeah, great value brand.
Great value.
That's crazy. Oranges, strawberries, and avocados in California. Yeah, people. Let me tell you something, Damian Christ. Have a little gripe with this. The people in California, the reason avocados are like $8 because some asshole was like avocado toast. It's a delicacy. If you grew up in a Hispanic house, you fucking had avocados. It was a
Yo,
normal thing.
my grandma has an avocado tree in her backyard, bro.
them shits were like $2.
Free
It's
99.
Nobody.
moisture.
Nobody ate avocados back in the day. Nobody.
Nah, we did.
And
Them shits are
Hispanic
fire.
houses
Well,
did.
yeah, I'm sorry. Let me say it
Absolutely.
differently.
But
No white
outside of
people.
that, yeah.
No white people ate avocados. Let's be real.
And avocado toast came along, and they're like $15 for an avocado toast, and they're like, it's to die for. It's like it's avocado on sliced bread.
And you know who runs the avocado market from South America and Central America, right?
The
Colombia.
Fucking cartels.
cartel. Oh yeah, well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the only thing, but
That's what I'm saying. All the citrus, all that shit. Man.
DLD is called diversification, man. They're diversifying their portfolio.
It's called take out the middle of the avocado and put a fucking ounce of rock in there.
Fucking yeah, quarter.
take
Yeah.
out the pit.
Pure shit.
Whammo. Send it.
Whammo.
Whammo, hold that, send that bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, these.
Yo,
these
can you imagine? Have you seen those videos of people in
Oh,
Florida fishing
What?
and like pulling in a kilo?
Mm.
Yeah.
That happens. That happens.
Bro, can
And it
you
doesn't happen in
imagine?
Florida and Puerto Rico, it happens.
Do you turn it in? Do you turn it in? Like
Hell
Well,
no.
That just
Yeah.
happened
Mm.
not too
I don't
long
know.
ago.
I'm there every day. Get out of my fishing spot, bitch.
I'm a
Yeah.
law-abiding citizen. I'm a
They would-
law-abiding citizen. If I found a bale of drugs that are worth a lot of money, I would turn it in.
To the right
Yeah.
person for the right price. It's like,
For the rappers.
A fit I do with it. Charlie Sheen, Hunter Biden. Let's have a party. It's on me.
Yeah.
hey, you know what? You could put it away for when shit hits the fan, for when your gold won't sell to anybody fish.
I know enough dope boys for me to just be like, I don't know how much this is worth. Give me 5 feet. Give me
Ooh.
5 bands.
5 to get it off. You're selling yourself short. A key?
Dude, 5 a
price.
brick?
Price to
Not
move.
that I know what they
Price
go
to
for.
move. Because I don't know. So it's like, and they know I'm a square. So one of the
At
two
least-
things is going to happen.
at
Either they're
least-
going to take it from me
At
or they
least
give me
20
Bro,
grand.
you rolled up on someone with that much weight and you were selling it for 5, they would think you was a cop.
Yeah.
Or they
Yeah.
I already look like a cop anyway.
Or they're
Like they already
gonna
know.
rob you. Either way,
They
they're
already
gonna
think
rob
that
you.
anyway. Like I said, they already going to think I'm a square. So one or two things is going to happen. Either they're going to take it from me, or they're going to say, all right, and then they give me. Then they're basically cutting me.
on YouTube called exposing
That's
your
one
favorite
you need to get a
YouTuber.
broker.
All
Go to
I'm
all
gonna
different
say,
parties with different YouTubers and be like, "Yo, man, I got this for you." Film them, be like, "Got him."
Or do you chop it into a bunch of A-balls and have a good year?
I don't know how to measure that. I ain't got time for that, bro. Like I said, I'm pricing this to move, bro. That's it.
I don't know. I'm a law-abiding citizen.
Yeah,
It is a
would
midnight
never-
madness sale. Everything must go.
Oh yes.
I would
Thank
never
you, Shannon.
break laws. ever.
Oh, of course not.
Being that
Hey,
way.
Remember, we are
in
comedians.
Minecraft.
6.6 grams, man.
Just remember,
Yo, he's like
996 grams. You need FOMO.
So
FOMO.
We are comedians.
Exactly.
the turkeys are doing a Toys for Tots. Today is
What
the
you gonna
last
cut
day.
it with?
Yeah.
What
Today
you
is
gonna
the
cut?
last day for Toys for Tots. We are doing a Toys for Tots. We are today's the last day. The shit's got to get done tomorrow. Pretty much we did this
Are you
last
going to get
year.
them tomorrow?
Oh my God, too hectic. Did you just say
So-
that? Or Mr. Snow? The bug assault gun, just putting the fucking
Right up there.
Oh,
Now,
shit.
anyway, let's get this off.
Self-inflicted blow shot.
So we are doing the Toys for Tots. We did this last year. Pretty much the turkeys do care for the kids. We want to make sure kids have a decent, Christmas. We did this last year, filmed the whole thing, went, bought a bunch of toys for the kids, documented and everything. If you guys would like to donate, that's the Cash App. You don't have to, not making anybody. It's cool. I understand. But if you did, it would be dope. And you'd help the kids and help us create content, which it might not be tomorrow, but I will probably snatch up DLD Saturday.
You should. And I had an idea. I don't know if y'all want to hit me up for this idea, but it'd be kind of dope.
What do you
To
mean?
put you on an iPad.
No.
And put you on the
If you
card.
went around when you were doing this, instead of we're going to Toys for Tots, maybe you're in the store, you see somebody with a kid, and you're like, yo, I need a couple dollars for gas. I'm sorry, blah, blah, or I'm trying to get my kid a gift and I'm $2 short. You think you help me out? And if they say yes, then you fucking, all right. If they got their kid, pick anything in the store or whatever and fucking.
Nah, these kids are crazy. Next thing you know, they're
Grow
gonna
the
be like, I want
PS5.
that 70-inch TV. It's like, what?
Okay, you say pick anything in these toys aisles right now, and we're gonna make it happen, bro. That would flip someone's day, bro.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel
You get what I'm saying right now?
when you watch those dudes like Jimmy Darts and like dudes like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
like, it kind of makes me feel bad. Like, he runs around saying he's a Christian and shit, but then you're gonna straight lie to people's faces. I don't like that shit. Like I don't know.
Lie to them about what? Oh, lie to them the beginning part.
Oh man, I ain't got no money,
Hold
man.
on, wait.
I
That drug saved my life. What drug?
cocaine is hell of a drug.
Cocaine.
No, she's talking about
What's the tip?
experimental antibiotics.
Oh, experimental.
That's dope. That's
Yo,
dope. You can't
How
tell me
many girls out? You never hear girls talk about shit hit the fan. How they probably already got the plan, huh?
Yeah,
They got
y'all
the
might-
plan in between
Y'all
their
might be
legs,
onto
bro.
something, bro. They're just back there thinking, "I'm gonna sell my pussy."
Yeah,
I'm gonna be all right.
no, they're probably like this guy.
Oh, my.
This guy thinks he's gonna sell my pussy, but I'm gonna shoot his ass. It's like he's gonna be my bitch,
Probably.
bro. Girls are perfect setup props.
Dude, I'm telling you. Who was it?
Yeah, but
that,
after dudes who, all right, I'm not trying to sound like I'm the Mac or whatever,
You
but like,
already sound like it.
We know you ain't.
Dust, when you got enough of it though, like you don't be listening to these hoes like they be getting over on some dudes, right? Like yes or no?
Do you mean when I come to my senses? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I'm saying like when
When you've heard enough slick talk, you already know
when you've gotten when you've gotten enough. Let me just put it that way. When you can get it whenever you want, no matter what. Anyways,
When you slang that thing 1,000,000 times.
yes.
All right.
You don't really be hearing the dumb hoe shit. Like
Yeah,
their bullshit don't work on you no
Yeah,
more.
like,
You know?
chatting. Stop.
most dudes, like imagine if there was like most dudes sitting at the bar and just banging ass, like 9 to 10 chick walked up and started flirting with him, like come over here, in a shit hit the fan scenario. Most
Yeah.
dudes are gonna be like, dude, okay.
Yeah,
I'd be
yeah.
like, yo, why is this chick coming at me? She's way too fine to be like something isn't right, And then I'm just gonna start looking at her to see where she's got the iron, I'm start looking at her for for whatever hidden weapons.
Like let me put it this way: most dudes think strippers actually like them.
This is true.
That is true.
Come on, y'all.
Cavassier doesn't like you.
No, they falling for it like that for real.
Yes.
Yo, bro, last
And I'm
time
gonna put it this way: so the dude who actually gets the strippers, he's not even like.
you don't care.
I'm gonna shut the fuck up for my.
I'm just saying that's for the community though. That's I thought everybody knew that when you go in the door. That's this is for the community. That's why I never really understood why somebody would shoot up the strip club. Like
Oh yeah,
she's
no,
not,
that's
she's
wild,
not
right?
Yeah, she's not for you. She's not for me. She's for everybody. You know, she's a knob. You know, everybody get a turn. Just wait your turn.
Mr. Snow said this just became a low T support group.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm in from the
So,
standpoint of like dancing.
about Toys for Tots.
Oh
It
yeah,
is. Yo, that's crazy. You see how crazy we are, but
Oh,
it
them
is what it is.
boys.
It is what it is. I don't
But
know.
every now and then there is a chick at the strip club that you're like, she may have for real.
What do you say? Dylan Mulvaney packs heat. Who's that? Who's that?
Dylan Mulvaney say enough gay talk. It's time for gay actions.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is that?
The trans dude, right? That deserted.
Oh shit.
I don't know.
Damien Christ,
that
I
same
fucked
dude?
a
Am I
gang of
on the right
people
track there?
for free.
This is the last of the pig talk. I'm gonna just get this from me.
Yeah, I'm gonna get kicked out after the night. Yeah.
Last time I went to a strip club and the girl asked me for a tip, I said look both ways before you cross the street, and I walked away.
Damn, there you go.
And that was it. And she's like, oh.
He said,
I'm out of here.
Dylan.
Like, I'm out of here.
Dylan, it's so veiny.
Yo.
Oh, it's so good. Oh shit.
But yeah,
oh,
outside of
that hurt.
How did we get here?
You
bartering.
About gold.
Talking about bartering.
It's not your fault. It's his fault. It's Super Predator's fault. He's like, I'm selling bread for pussy. And this is
right. It's true.
He's like, I got these motherfuckers.
I got my needs. I know how to bait.
Not every time. But you know what I'm saying?
There may be some.
You know what I mean?
Hey, Carter, I got a question for you, man.
Hey, Miss Parker.
Where are you getting your yeast from?
The same.
No, it's funny. It's funny that you ask. It's funny that you ask. Not yeast infections, but it's funny that you ask that because there's really two sources of it, right? So I make my own wine. I make my own wine, and I've dabbled in making my own bread. And bread yeast is not the same as wine yeast. So it's a lot harder to come across wine yeast than it is bread yeast. You can get bread yeast out of the grocery store. They have it on the baking aisle. Baking goods aisle.
About pig yeast.
What's that?
Nothing, man.
Yeah, I don't want that yeast. No, I don't want that Wonder Bread. Hey, but check it though. But I'm also talking about selling the penicillin too. So you know what I mean? Yeah.
Y'all don't like wheat bread?
You got the oranges, and you got the.
I love wheat bread, like a good wheat bread.
That's because you're old.
Some tart ass bread.
I'm sorry, wheat bread.
Not the nasty ass Subway wheat bread. That shit is nasty.
No, I'm talking
like the wheat bread with like the oats on that bitch.
My mom's like,
people that are saying,
get that old shit out of here, man.
People are like, I won't eat the bugs. I'm like, yo, you've been eating them. You just don't know it yet.
You can make bread from oatmeal.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah,
and it's not hard to do, y'all. It's really not hard to do. All of these are skills that you need to learn before there's some kind of a grid down situation, or you have to learn how to do this stuff long before there's any type of a real, world, or what's it, rule without law situation.
What's the worst bread?
So, hey, also
what's the worst bread?
Yeah, what's the worst bread?
Sourdough.
Why?
I'm gonna go like ginger or pumpkin or one of them weird ass fucking.
Nah, I'd rather eat that than rye bread.
Hey,
I was gonna say that Olive Garden breadsticks. That's
Get this man the hell off. He's an alien, bro.
No, it's actually the same stuff that you get out of the grocery store. They just throw a bunch of butter and salt on it.
Yeah, shit's salty as shit. But just as easily as you can bake bread, you can make gasoline in your backyard by trash, plastics.
Just burning
like,
it, but it has to be
gasoline or diesel.
Regulated temp.
Kerosene, gasoline, and diesel, depending on the temperature and the length of time that you cook it in a still. It's crazy.
Sourdough's the best.
Plastic.
Hey, so Super Predator, one thing, what's your thoughts on being able to brew beer? Because back in the dark ages or the Middle Ages, when
zucchini bread,
when they were fast, they would always drink beer to get the nutrients everything else. And beer is one of those things that is transportable. It's very transportable, and it also be used to barter. Allegedly, they used to sell it in Iraq out there in different camps. Allegedly.
So yes, my answer to that is yes. If you want to make beer, but you have to know that it's a process. Like I make wine, and it's a process. It's a year-long process. You can't just as soon as shit hits the fan, feel like, oh, I need to go and start making some beer so I can barter with it, or so that I can have something to drink. Like that's something that you need to start working on now, so that you have like an abundant supply of it when you actually need it. Like I got a batch of wine that's bottled now that I started back in July, because I grow plums off plum trees in my yard, and so I use those plums in order to make the wine. But you can't drink it immediately. Like you have to let all of the stuff settle. You have to let the fermentation happen. That in itself is like a almost 2 month long process just to get the right.
You
right,
only make wine?
right alcohol content.
You make jams and shit too?
Yeah, I've done jams before. It's not hard. The stuff's not. All you're basically doing is taking everything and breaking it down to juice, and then using the juice from there. Like with jams and jellies, you're just basically adding pectin, I think it's called,
sugar and shit.
Pectin. You're adding pectin and sugar, and then you just basically let it solidify.
So let me ask you this: Did you grow your trees from seed, or did you buy them like from the store, like already?
I bought them from the store. Okay. And here in Columbia, South Carolina, around the springtime is when you tend to find the grocery stores will sell fruit trees. So you can go and buy the fruit trees that are in the buckets. So you just basically take those, throw them into the ground.
They got them at Lowe's and Home Depot too. Usually,
the ones at home. That in my experience, the ones at Lowe's and Home Depot, they don't last. I don't know what it. I think that what they do is they fertilize them just before they take them to the store, so that they look healthy. But when you get them home, they die. They just can't last. The grocery stores, though, they're getting them from local sourced nurseries, so you tend to get much better
stock.
Exactly.
Well, and if they grew in that area, then they're gonna be like, what's the word?
Acclimatized.
Yeah, native. They're native plants.
Yeah, but there's a term for the native plants that are they call them like what are the tomato heirloom plants, right?
Yeah.
So like so in Virginia, the soil is like super like red brick soil. So if I were to go just get grapes anywhere and bring them here, they'll probably die after a while, right? Unless I turn up the ground, mix soil.
Get them in that soil.
Red Dawn, Red Dawn, where are you at, bro?
But if you get them in this area and they're heirloom grapes from this area or whatever and native to this area, they'll grow and they'll shoot up like that, no problem.
In that soil, yeah. Everyone, if you live in anywhere near the South, like you already have wild grapes, muscadines and scuppernongs. Those are wild. You can basically snatch those out of the woods and plant them directly into your ground, and they'll root. They'll take root. If you put them along a fence, then you don't even have to worry about like making a trellis for them. Like they'll grow along your fence, and pretty much in late August, you've got grapes.
That's what's up. Yeah, you can grow so much shit from cuttings. All right, my voice is dying. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna have to back out of here.
Hey,
we're going on 3 hours.
Virginia, are you?
We were just going extra long for you, DLD, since you decided to combine your shit, bro.
I appreciate that, man. Y'all the shit.
Oh, West Virginia, are you?
Should I end the stream in the typical way that I end my stream? Then would that be appropriate?
Together. I just wanted to find out if this dude's far from me or not.
My question is, on Saturday, what are we doing? Are we gonna go in? Where are my boys at? Where are the real troopers?
Are you rolling with us for Toys for Tots? You're flying over here?
You're going Saturday?
I mean, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, you got to get kidnapped real quick.
Whenever you're ready, Dust, let me know. You going Saturday?
Yeah, that'll probably be the best time to do it.
It's got to be like after 1:30 for me, just because my daughter has stuff in the early.
Can you guys do the ghost pepper challenge?
Hell no.
No,
I'm not eating no ghost pepper.
fuck
I
that.
got a funny story about ghost peppers. So a neighbor of mine, he grows ghost peppers on his mailbox, like right out front of his house, right? So like I've got my plum trees in the front yard. Somebody else has like pecans. Like almost all of our neighbors have like some kind of fruit or whatever tree. Somebody's got apples, somebody's got peaches. This guy decided to put ghost peppers, or it might be habaneros or something. It's the little kind of round ones.
Yeah.
In front of his mailbox. And so the neighborhood kids like to grab fruits and stuff off of everybody's trees and plants and stuff. And yes. Sitting outside one day, seeing a group of kids, like 4 or 5 kids deep, and they're like grabbing these things and they like, ooh, little fruits or whatever, throw them in their mouth and they start hollering and screaming. Why else would you put them out there? Why else would you put them out there by your mailbox? It was fucking hilarious.
He's trolling. You know, he was inside like this.
Watch him. I got him. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and guys, from the turkey end, much love to all you guys. Happy holidays. I hope everybody stays safe. Be with your family. Be good. Keep your head on the swivel. Stay strapped or get clapped. You know what I'm saying? If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that. If you guys haven't subscribed to DLD's channel, go ahead and do that. If you guys haven't subscribed to Big Fish's channel, which is the turkey channel, go ahead and do that. So much love, everybody. Everybody stay safe, man. If you guys are new here, come back. This is actually probably the first collab that we've done with DLD, and it was kind of like an accident, but it's more than likely not going to be the last. So, you know, that's on our end.
I've had y'all on my show before, though.
What happened?
I've had y'all on my show
Yeah,
before.
no, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, first time us going live at the same time.
Same time, yeah, facts.
So, much love. I'll let DLD take over.
Yo, we got to get these hashtag run that beaver patches made.
Yes.
Because if the apocalypse is going how y'all say it's going, bro.
RTB, baby.
It's just going to be something you can't escape. I don't think everyone's going to be outside fucking. I'm just saying that, you know. So
if you haven't fucked in a bunker, you ain't living life yet. All right?
Yeah,
I got work
so,
to do.
In closing, every time I close my streams, I close them the same way. So we'll keep it going. So everyone that's on I gotta see a bunch of y'all in there, man. Appreciate y'all, love y'all. Murphy's Law, Ting Ting, Lightning Scott, Joe Morris, Anti-Mister, Damien Christ, Johnny Barr, all y'all, M. Gabriel, love y'all. Appreciate all you guys. So you have to excuse my voice, but in the end, all you have is your own standards, expectations, and your rules that you set for yourself as a man, right? So some of my rules that I like to share with you guys are rule 1 is to be kind. It's so important that we're kind in everything that we do. That brief little interaction that you have with somebody could have a massive impact on their life. So be kind. Rule number 2 is to live a life of care, compassion, contribution, give to others, because when you bless others, you become blessed, because a hand that's open to give is open to receive. Rule number 3, because we know the only way for us to defeat evil is with good men skilled in violence. Make sure that you're becoming as highly skilled in violence as you possibly can be, and be safe, be dangerous, and keep that thing on you. And with that, I'm out. And get right with your family and get right with God, because shit's going down.
Much love, everybody. And that's about it. We're out of here. Later.
And collect Bic lighters, because bitches will be tricking for them.